Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Powerhouse Racing League once again on Saturday night here on 10-4 Broadcasting. I'm Mitchell Adams, back again this week. I'm joined, as always, by Patrick Morrison. And Patrick, the field is gritting up for the race right now. I apologize to you all at home that we missed qualifying. I was having some technical issues on my end, but luckily I got those fixed just in time for the broadcast, and it's going to be quite a race here. Looks like we've got Charles Evans on pole, Landon Lacey starting second. We'll get more to him, but first race of the playoffs, Patrick, it's going to be a good one.
Very good, very good. And Charles, trying to reel him in, but he didn't, unfortunately, for the playoff points wise, he didn't score very high. We actually, in the first place, had Lucas Gortman coming with 19 points, Landon Lacey with 13, Kayla in third with 9, Charles Evans with 8, and Jeffrey Ramsdale with 3. So with Puddin trying to make sure he stays out there and staying consistent, also followed up in the same with the same amount of points as um, um, Jeffrey Ramsdale, but in sixth position. But as everybody's gridding up here, I mean, this is going to be a tight race. Charlotte's one of my favorite tracks. We are looking. Let's see. If we do, like I said, we do have our normal one fast pair, and then we got 5 sets of tires here, Mitchell. Absolutely. Not a problem, man. I had Tim with producing problems last week. I got you this week. No issues. So I have Charles Evans scoring on the pole for first place here. Landon Lacey missed last week, coming in second. We got David Moody coming in third. Kayla fourth position. Definitely looking to work her way up front. Dustin Rouse in the fifth. Hunter Moody following up in sixth. Patrick Anderson. Haven't seen much of him. Maybe a new driver in seventh. Danny Puddin. Hey, hang out there, bud. We got eighth place. Jeffrey Ramsdale starting behind in ninth. And looks like we got Trevor Hook and everybody else in the back there, bud, as we're under green flag. Yeah, we got Landon Lacey pulling out front here. Definitely taking the lead here. Charles definitely chugging toward the inside. We got Hunter Moody hanging on the outside of him as they dive into turn 3. You hear Mitchell? Yeah, we're having a little trouble with the mic on Mitchell, having some technical difficulties, as all computers do. We can get them working, and then blink an eye, you can't. So we do, starting out with our top 3 here. We got Landon Lacey, Hunter Moody, and Charles Evans chugging along here. But we do have David Moody chugging in fourth, reeling in the back, looking to push ahead. But we're going to take a quick peek here up at the lead because Landon Lacey has his hands full. Has his hands full of Hunter Moody as he's not letting up a little bit. Staying only about 0.2 of a second off as we start our playoff run here. Much of the run like last week. Charles Evans, we do have him kind of putting around here in third place. And wow, yeah, good move to the outside. As we can see, David Moody working to the outside. Oh man, that tunnel turn, everybody's starting to loosen up. So once those tires start tacking up, everybody will kind of start sticking to the track here. But it's going to be a little bit difficult here. Definitely getting everybody to stick with these ARCA cars here in Charlotte. They're all running 100 laps tonight, 5 sets of tires. So. To me, it's looking to be for a good show here, and it would be interesting to see if who can place here in the top. I'm really surprised to see Jeffrey Ramsdale kind of hanging out there in the back, but hopefully he'll work his way back to the front. He hasn't quite lost the front pack here. I do see Martin Trevor over here, but I don't see Jody. Well, I'm really surprised Jody didn't make it, but. After all, I think maybe maybe our producer might have his mic back. So Mitchell, if you've been watching, you haven't been messing around as the producer that you are. What would you take away from this race? Who would you call at this point? Because Will Tiller last week he called Kayla. What do you think?
Well, I've been nose deep in
Okay,
Streamlabs
that
OBS
was
for the
probably no one
last
could hear.
But I mean, from what I'm seeing right now, we've got Landon Lacey out front looking strong. Something worth noting is that Caleb Hunter of Powerhouse Racing has put a bounty on Landon Lacey. We don't know how much; it's unspecified. Last I talked with Caleb, right now, heading into the sixth machine, they're kind of at Charlotte. Not a bad way to start your playoffs. It's got to be
They're kind of smashing it together here, trying to get going. But man, you know who I miss? Paco. Where the heck is Lucas Gorman? If he's out there watching or hearing it, man, I'd like to see him back here. He definitely got a top spot here in the playoff run, and it's kind of slacking off here. I like seeing him back there. I understand people got things going on, and but man, that was a car I miss seeing zip around the track here. What you exactly want to see during the playoff run, but this early in the race, man, I just don't know about that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah. Yeah, wow, man. What a heck of a run there. Yeah, if you noticed, I think Caleb McCarthy might have gotten a slow start there again. She kind of gritted up okay, and then I think I saw her pulling out pit late. So I don't know if she had some admin stuff going on, but that might kind of play up in here for the tumble. You see Charles Evans taking that dive toward the inside, trying to go for that 2-for-1 deal. Oh man, trying to take on Hunter Moody there. Not really giving up, but you'll probably see here in about 4 or 5 laps, they'll be kind of catching the rear bumper of Caleb McCarthy there. That's kind of difficult. Wonder how exactly that happened there.
Seconds off of the lead. I don't know exactly what happened. 20 seconds off the lead, I should say. Yes, you see the 20 of David Moody's ran away from this battle and said, okay, 4 wide's a little bit too much for me. I'm told I am quiet out in the chat. Thank you very much. At least you can hear me. I think we're making a little progress here as the broadcast goes on, Patrick. Hopefully this is a little bit better here. For you all out in the chat, let me know. Thank you, Rose, for that. Is Charles Evans. Oh, the 11 of Hunter Moody, so close to that outside wall, Patrick. These drivers, they're holding nothing back here in the first race of the playoffs.
No, not at all. Especially here at Charlotte. You have that weird tunnel turn. And right as you whip off turn 4, the car just wants to ride up the track and just piss off that wall. And it's going to be a battle whether you've got fresh tires or old tires. It's not really going to matter. It's going to come up and you've got to not be afraid of it, but you do have to be aggressive and not really, let it scare you here. Kind of see how they kind of hunker down and grip up toward that wall. Man, what a bunch of passing here and absolute action packed here in the first 14 laps.
Yeah, it's been a great start to this race. Of course, stage comes out lap 25, so that's what these drivers are racing to right now. Here's a battle. The 97 of Jeffrey Ramsdell jumps underneath. I'm trying to see who that is because the number 99 machine of Patrick Anderson locked in a battle right now with the 12 of Dustin Roos down the front straightaway. So the 99 going to drop a couple of positions there through 3 and 4. And the 97 of Ramsdale running 6th. This is a little bit of a slow start for Ramsdale. He started 9th up to 6th. We're used to seeing him more up inside the top 5. So surely he's going to really want to try and march his way up there by the end of stage 1 if he can, but only 10 laps to go when they cross the line this time, as there goes the 12.
You're seeing they're kind of working that inside line on there. They made a little bit of a faulty move, but hey, he maybe conserve the tires here for a little bit, trying to see if he can work his way up there. But no shortage of good driving here, Mitchell. I mean, we do have slight rubbing, but we had to hit our first caution. We went 4 wide. We've been 3 wide. We've had 2 guys behind Jeffrey Ramsdale, and then they both separate, and then they're kind of slinging around. I mean, this is a really great piece of driving. So, but I know Hunter Moody, oh man, definitely having to slice in between there in front of Jeffrey Ramsdale. He ended up last race, unfortunately, with a changed lane. So he had to come down pit road. So he almost had a guaranteed podium finish if he could have stayed in front of Charles Evans, but he kind of got a little caught up last week and definitely looking to redeem himself tonight. But we're running 6th place, and he's kind of been slacking off a little bit since he started top 5, I believe, at Mitchell.
Yeah, Hunter Moody started 6th, but was running up in the battle for 2nd place there for quite a while. And right now, you see him dropping a lot of spots. There goes Ramsdale up into the 6th position, at the line at least that time by. The 11 struggling ever since we saw him in that battle with his brother David. David Moody in the number 20 machine dropped to 4th. He was running 2nd there for a time. Charles Evans now holds that position. We'll keep the cameras here, though, as Hunter Moody now going to have to fight Patrick Anderson, in that Dodge number 99 machine up there, who's going to get a great run looking underneath of the number 97 of Ramsdale into turn number 1, side by side. The 99 with a little bit of an edge into the turn. I think he's going to take it over Ramsdale. Yes, he is. The 99 machine of Patrick Anderson. Was he here last week, Patrick?
No, he's not. That's why I'm thinking he may be a slightly new driver. Man, Charlotte's his favorite track as he showed up tonight. Running kind of there in the back, but he's working his way up. I like his race style there. He's kind of conservative, kind of get that, hang out in that aerodynamic bubble behind everybody, get that run, and just go ahead and take it. I mean, why not? We got a lot of race to run, but like I said, I'm still baffled at that 4 wide fence. That was something I haven't seen that in. I haven't seen that in Charlotte. You see that at Talladega. You see those big wide super speedways, but not here. That was a really gutsy move. But I mean, everybody survived. Everybody did a great job. So everybody's still kind of chugging along here, Mitchell. As we got Hunter Moody kind of getting chopped up there by Jeffrey Ramsdale, kind of having to work his rear bumper there, hanging on the quarter panel, and might kind of push to the inside here. Now, as a fellow iRacer, I found that the easiest line around Charlotte for tire conservation and speed is actually running that middle to 3/4 line of the turn. I tend to have a little trouble where it burns up the tires. I mean, super fast, super easy, and I'm loose riding that low line. Have you noticed or heard any of the drivers saying anything like that during practice or during your time racing with them?
No, I haven't heard much from what they were talking about tonight. I don't know how these cars are handling for them tonight at Charlotte. I know from personal experience, I usually struggle with a little bit of everything at the 1.5 miles in these ARCA cars. I've never been good at them at these tracks. I've only run them at, I think, Kansas and Chicagoland, but both times I had them build really loose on the long run. But those tracks are a little different than Charlotte. Oh, contact, they keep it straight. How they did that, I won't speak yet. Now they're back out on the track. Oh my goodness. These drivers, they've got a lot of something behind the wheels of these cars, because we've seen 2 instances where wrecks should have happened here. We'll look at this one here, the 97 of Ramsdale and the 98 machine. You see them wreck out of, well, not wreck out of 4. They make contact, but somehow both keep it straight through the grass, and there they go right back to racing. So I mean, 4 wide, and like we've said, this is a track built for 3 wide racing. There are really 3 lanes around this racetrack, and they've made it work 4 wide here tonight. And you see one there, they both made contact, both of them completely sideways into the infield. They keep it going straight, and we are still racing, coming to 1 lap to go on stage number 1, led by Landon Lacey.
Yeah, Landon Lacey is pulling away. He's still holding on by a 2-second lead in front of Charles Evans. Charles Evans holding him honest to it. I mean, I knew he was off by about 2.5 seconds. He kind of reeled him back in 1.7, 1.6. And he's kind of starting to slack off a little bit. But I mean, the next person, I mean, the closest to Charles Evans is, I mean, we're talking another 4 seconds off of him. So, I mean, these two, Landon Lacey and Charles Evans, were really pulling away here and absolutely just taking off. And I'm thoroughly impressed. I mean, these guys are trying to conserve, trying to save up and get around here. But yeah, that was a run. That was a run there. So looks like it might be slowing down here a little bit.
Well, it should be the stage.
Yeah, they're probably waiting for the first top 10 cars. I believe that's the rules of this league, is they wait for the first top 10 cars to get past the line, and then the stage caution will come out. I guess they want to make sure the racing continues. That way, you know, in case you're racing kind of in the back, it doesn't automatically lock you into that position as you're slinging around 3 and 4. So, man, yeah, I bet you everybody like a good jump on Landon Lacey there. Now I figure, Mitchell, I think we know what the bounty was for. You and I have commentated on a bunch of races here, and I'm going to go out of my way and say that every time Landon is on this track, he is leading 75%, if not coming for the win, every time I've seen him here.
Yeah, he is definitely one of the strong contenders here. He comes into tonight in a 3-way tie for the most wins on the season. He has 3. Lucas Gortman, who we were talking about, haven't seen in a little while, has 3 wins. And Kayla McCarthy, winner last week at... Oh, I'm in a blank. Where were they last week? I know this off the top of my head. Don't tell me. They were at Kansas last week. That's right. I wasn't here, but they were. And Kayla McCarthy, I know, didn't she pick up a really good win last week?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and she was running down Charles Evans. I mean, Charles Evans was doing a great job. He was turning and burning, did great, and I think it was his race to lose. And unfortunately got a little loose, caught that wall, and that was exactly what Kayla was waiting on, is waiting for him to kind of trip up, and then off to the races she went. She pulled ahead. He made a really gutsy call, which I liked, as he came in the pit, took 4 tires to. Sure, they were only about five laps fresher, and he restarted in 7th, and was actually able to try to reel her back in, and he got close, and he tried to make a few passes, but he even said during the deal, during the post race, that he burned the tires up a little bit, just didn't have enough speed to get around. So, yeah. It was a wild turn of events last week. I mean, that was crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, I think Kayla McCarthy, she's in pit right now, so she might be trying to clean up here, put some tires on, get back out. But man, for a late start, this might be a really good thing for her, as this will put her kind of back of the pack. But she was trying to stay in front of Landon there. So he was trying to chase her down and put her a lap down. Which, to me, Mitchell, a lap down at Charlotte is almost the end. You can't really recover from that. That's difficult to get around.
It's very difficult. You just kind of have to hope for one of those lucky dogs. You hope you get a caution. In this case, we do have one more coming at lap 50 for stage number 2. As you see, Jeffrey Ramsdell just coming down pit road. Ramsdell stayed out. I thought he was making a strategy call. Surprising after that fuel run. They only have 50% fuel tanks compared to what you would normally see in a real life race of these cars. So I thought he was maybe going to stay out, but it is Landon Lacey who is going to be your race leader once again when they go back green flag here next time. Past the start finish line, not really a surprise. We've seen Lacey also good on pit road this season. He's been fast a lot, just like you said. Lacey's on a tear here in the latter half of the season, and I mean, definitely, if you looked at drivers here coming down to the line, I need to find the playoff standings. Or I need to know what that looks like. Because coming into this race, from what I'm looking at here, Lacey was 9th in points, and there really wasn't much way he was going to catch up. But, I mean, he has been the best driver over the last handful of races.
Yeah, that was the regular season standings.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get that to you here in a little bit. But I mean, here starting out, we got Landon Lacey, Charles Evans, Trevor Hook, Dustin Rouse, and Jeffrey Ramsdale rounding out your top 5. Patrick Anderson, David Moody, and Hunter Moody. Bart Hook and Danny Hooden in the top 10. And it looks like we got Caleb McCarthy in the 11th. So as they get back under green flag here, Mitchell.
Yep, great start that time once again for Landon Lacey. Going to jump out to a huge lead over Charles Evans in the 53.
Oh, man. Sorry about that. We had somebody spinning there going through turn 1.
Do you know who it was?
Look in here just a second. See if we can find it. Yeah, it looks like Dustin Rouse got up in turn 1, slung to the bottom.
I found it at the same time you did. Let's go back and take a look here on the 10-4 broadcasting replay at what happened to the number 12 on the restart. You see Dustin Roos here going off into turn number 1. Just got cut off a little bit, drove into the wall. Kind of instinctually, so he saw that car coming up. Managed to hold it together really well, but yeah, a ton of time lost because of that for him. And same thing, same situation as Caleb McCarthy. Just lose some ground early, and that really hurts you. Jeffrey Ramsdale still down pit road as well. So maybe issues in the 97 camp. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but he is currently 1 lap down. Gonna be 2 here very shortly.
Yeah, kind of right there. I'm kind of rolling through here, and it seems he pit, and then he's right back in. So I'm not sure. We may have to grab a hold of him and see what exactly happened.
There could be a chance also he's AFK, or as we say in not gaming terms, that he's had to go away from his computer for some things. Real life things do happen occasionally. I've had that happen once or twice during a race. David Moody here, who we're looking at on track right now in the number 20 machine, he's fast on the short runs especially. This 20 machine, he wasn't actually the last time by. It was his brother Hunter Moody, but he's been the fastest car on track for a while here since we went back green. I'm curious to see who it is this time. Oh, it is David Moody in the number 20 machine. He's trying to reel down the 53 of Charles Evans. Moody's also clocked the fastest lap of the race so far with a 30.644, so this 20 machine fast. I think last run he struggled to keep that up over the long run, so we'll see if he can do a little bit better job with it as he's catching up now to the 53 of Charles Evans.
Yeah, what a run there. Same thing at Kansas. He get a massive run right up there at the beginning, he had too much tire fall off, and we were joking, if he had amount of cars he had passed during the race, I mean, this guy he was in the front, he was in the back to the front, back to the back, and he was seesawing everywhere. But the amount of cars he passed. But I'd like to see, if the tire fall off is going to be that much trouble for him this week, as a guy. So you can see Charles Evans looked like he might have just kissed it off that wall a little bit. But they've reeled in Landon Lacey. I don't know if he's going to toy with them. I mean, he had a lot of speed last time, last section. This time, I mean, Charles Evans, looking at his rear bumper, I mean, he may have a good chance here because of the way Charles Evans drives. He's very particular. He definitely keeps things in his sights, and he's planning for long runs. So we'll keep an eye on him, see if he gets through here, Mitchell.
Yeah, the 6 of Landon Lacey not jumping away to the lead we saw in the last run. Charles Evans only 1/10 of a second behind him, and you can see that gap very little as they go through turns 1 and 2. David Moody's also right there, about a half second behind your leader in the 6 of Landon Lacey. Charles Evans wants that bounty, Patrick, whatever it is, and I can't blame him. He is trying to give the 6 a run for his money. Of course, Charles Evans, regular season points lead. He was the regular season champion. He's been stuck at 2 wins for a little while here. He just can't break through into victory lane to get that 3rd win. Trying to give it a run here tonight at Charlotte.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I was gonna say, if you're looking for another battle, look back here with I believe with Hunter Moody. Yeah, he was doing a good pull there, and it looks like I believe Anderson is looking to kind of sneak around that same driver. So yeah, it's not just battling up here in the front. They got a couple tough ones here in the back. Hunter Moody a couple laps ago kind of made that cut to the inside and was able to kind of slide up underneath that 94 car. 84, I believe. It might be Trevor Hook I'm looking at there. Yep. Yeah, Trevor Hook. And he got a little loose, got underneath him, and then pushed on around. So, yep, there we go as they get ready to go ahead and make a cut there on the inside by Anderson. Good move. Good sportsmanship. Go ahead and stand out of the way. Saw he must have had a good run. So his spotter went ahead and told him just let him go on by, and we'll attack him a little bit later. So, but yeah, wow. We got something going on here, Mitchell. Is these drivers, between even Landon Lacey, Charles Evans, and David Moody up here. I mean, each of them within half a second. This gap between 1st and 3rd. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but this seems to be a lot where the action's at because Charles Evans is kind of getting ready to pick Landon apart here.
Yeah, Charles Evans just kind of waiting patiently here. Not being too quick to make the move on the 6 of Landon Lacey. The fastest car out of these 3, well, not that lap. They actually ran identical lap times. The 6 and the 53 did that last time by. It was David Moody faster before that. He was a little bit off that last lap, but you see Charles just get so close to the 6 machine, just not quite able to make the lunge yet. He needs to build up the momentum on board that race car before he'll be able to do that. You're on board with the 53 of Evans. Right now into turn number 1. That's not Danny Puddin. There's Charles Evans. You see him, he's just holding that blue line down there a little bit longer than the 6 did through the turn, even down the back straightaway. We'll see in 3 and 4. They both run basically the same line here. It's just kind of who can get the better run, and you see Charles Evans get a really good run out of turn number 4, right on the bumper of the 6 machine down the front straightaway. But once again, Patrick choosing to be patient and not make that lunge quite yet. Still got 8 laps to go before the stage caution.
Yeah, Charles Evans has a lot more patience than I do, man. You kind of see him off to the left just a little bit, try to get a little fresh air to the front. But I try to get right on that rear bumper, touch him a little bit, let him know I'm there. Careful, keep in mind, these are the ARCA cars, so the way that wedge nose is, it'll tuck right up underneath there, and you turn them around. And all the fans in the stadium, I guarantee you don't want to see the guy who's leading the race and some of the fan favorites out there, and you turn them around. So that'd be a Tony Stewart move, if you ask me.
Yeah, and there's a little gap now forming up between these two. Charles Evans loses some of his momentum. You saw the 4th car in the pack. That is the 98 of Danny Puddin. Fastest car on the racetrack, but unfortunately for him right now, he is 2 laps down. Made a green flag pit stop in the grass, looking to get around the number 20 of David Moody, who continues to be fast, but starting to slip just a little bit of time back to those race leaders is the 20 of David Moody. So he's right now out of this battle for the stage win, which isn't as much of a battle right now because the 6 machine pulled out about a quarter second over the 53 of Charles Evans, doing what he's been doing through this season. Was the 6 machine also at Kansas last week?
No, actually,
no, okay.
Landon took some time off. But yeah, hey, check back here with Patrick Anderson trying to sling it here on the outside as they caught back up to Hunter Moody. We're about to have a 3 wide. Man, sorry, they got close there, Mitchell.
They are racing hard here for the 4th place position on track. Oh, and the 11 gets turned. Hunter Moody around.
Wow, there'll be your first caution for the night.
Oh, the 12. Wow. So close. We got to ride on board with him in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back at that incident between The 11 and 84, I believe, is where that contact originated. We'll get another look at it here on the 10-4 broadcasting replay. You see the 11 going the 84, throttles it up, just clips the 11 of Hunter Moody. And around he goes, and then the 12 somehow gets through it. I have no clue how. But that is, like you said, our first caution for cause of the night. And that comes very close to stage number 2. Going on board now with the 12 of Dustin Roos. This one we've just got to see here. There you see him wrecking in front of him, wrecking down the track. Oh my, that is close. I would not want to be Dustin Roos in that one, but a great piece of driving to get around it here. Is a couple of cars torn up in that. The 11, the 84, and I believe also the 99, all with significant damage because of that one.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was trying to look real close, see if that 99, see if it was just some slight net code there. They kind of put him into the wall. It looked like from the chopper blimp position, he had cleared the wreck, but I don't see. I mean, he did clip that outside wall, which is kind of a bummer, man. I mean, we haven't made it to stage 3, and hopefully not having to use that fast repair. But I mean, if it isn't too much damage, it might be a good idea to just go ahead and repair it as normal, and then get back out on the track. Yeah, because it might be kind of hanging out here for a little bit. It might be the same deal. So Patrick Anderson, it looks like, I believe, Hunter Moody still on pit road. As I say that, Hunter goes in, pulls off, and resumes racing. Puddin will probably stay out, which might be a real good idea, is if he stays out and then he gains one of his laps back. And if he gains one of his laps back, for stage 3, he might actually be pretty close to the lucky dog position in case one of these mishaps happens again here, Mitchell.
Yeah, I do believe that the 98 of Danny Puddin, he has gotten a wave around here, back on the lead. He is back one lap down at this point in the race. Still going to need one if he wants to get back up onto the lead lap for contention of the race. We'll see what the pace car lights do this time by. And here's also Jeffrey Ramsdell, who is trying to go. Now, he is one lap down, and he's going to get the wave around here in just a moment. Pace car lights stay on. Landon Lacey is your race leader right now in that number 6 machine. I'm going to guess that this is the stage caution, Patrick, because we're on lap 49. Pace car lights are still on, so they'll still be on lap 50. I have to imagine that stage points are going to get drawn up probably as they run right now.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a bummer. I mean, I'd like to see like a good, 2-3 lap shootout. And that way, some of these lap cars might have another chance of getting back on the lead lap there. That way, we go ahead and get pushed around. So, yeah, it looks like Puddin he's going on, working his way out of pits. So, yeah, but we also appreciate everybody coming out here to the Powerhouse Racing League here with 10-4 Broadcasting. Myself, Patrick Morrison, along with Mitchell Adams, here tonight at Charlotte for your first playoff race. As I was saying before, the leader of our playoffs, we do have Lucas Gortman, who was unable to show in first, Landon Lacey, second, Caleb Marthy, third, Charles Evans and Jeffrey Ramsdell for your 4th and 5th positions in the points, for the bonus points that they have slinging into this playoff positions here tonight. So it definitely works out really well. It's just First race of the playoffs. I mean, I'm sure everybody's looking to get a hold of that free paint scheme that everybody has been aiming for. So, speaking of free paint scheme, Mitchell, who's giving that out? Fairly certain one of the sponsors.
That would be DC Designs, who's giving out the free paint scheme to the series champion. You kind of read my mind. I had all the sponsors queued up. I think we've got to go look through them quickly here before we go back live. They're all going to pop up here because Streamlabs is weird. So ignore all those sponsors popped up. We'll get to them individually here. Starting with Scotty Hottie Designs. Mid-Cities Air Conditioning and Heating. It's getting really hot now, so you got to get that all checked out. Napa Coastal Auto Parts, Butt Kicker. When we talk about DC Designs as well, they are giving the series champion of the Powerhouse Racing League a free paint scheme, and Cushman & Sons, who is making the trophy for the series champion, which will be decided in just a handful of races here in the Powerhouse Racing League. We are only a few Saturdays away from crowning a champion. After tonight, we have 3 races. Next weekend, we are off for Memorial Day weekend. I hope you all have a good Memorial Day as well next weekend, and then we'll be back bringing you the Powerhouse Racing League action from Bristol, going short track Saturday night one last time in the season. But let's look back at Charlotte, where the pace car just pulled off, and Landon Lacey on the high line this time, leading the field to green on yet another nailed start.
And what a jump he had. He's been kind of doing that all night. Definitely rocking and rolling through here and getting pushed up there. Already getting his first three-tenths of a second lead. A big mover tonight, starting late. Kayla McCarthy starting way late earlier and now is running, I believe, in the 5th position. Wow, yeah, definitely a good move, especially starting from last place. So she's not one to be counted out. As last week, she was very, very patient last week behind Charles Evans and just waiting for people to make that little mishap and capitalizes on there. So I mean, great racing by her so far tonight. I was gonna say, you want to run everybody through the top 5 there, bud?
Yeah, right now it's Landon Lacey, Charles Evans, David Moody, Dustin Roos, and Kayla McCarthy making up your top 5. As Kayla McCarthy not satisfied with that running order, she wants the 4th place position from the 12 of Dustin Roos, and you see the 53 of Charles Evans get passed by David Moody there down the front straightaways. Oh, the 12 might have clipped the wall out of that corner. That's going to let Kayla McCarthy around down the front straightaway into turn number 1. There comes the 11 as well, Hunter Moody, trying to fight back, struggled on that last run. There goes the 11 up the inside of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch machine. I love that paint scheme as well, Patrick, that Dustin Roos has going on. It's got a lot of color, and I love a lot of color on my paint schemes.
Oh, yeah. But that FedEx machine is definitely working on the inside and saying, the package of delivery is faster than the cereal. So we got that kind of turning along there. But you see Kayla McCarthy rocking behind Charles Evans. Definitely a familiar sight from last week. But these, what you see here in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th position, I mean, this is almost a direct replica of what we had last week. So these 3 know exactly what it takes to get it done and to place a podium finish. And if everybody can stay nice and clean, everybody keeps patient, we can go ahead and get through the end of this one. Because man, I don't know about you, I'm running out of breath. I'm already getting worked up. I mean, these drivers are moving around the track just so much, and it's just as a crew chief. I mean, what are you thinking at this point? How do you judge tires when these drivers are bobbing and weaving all over the track here, Mitchell?
Well, crew chief Mitchell would say that they are probably going to split this about lap 75 here and run 25 to the end, I would imagine, is the strategy. And we're seeing on track what we kind of saw in the last stage, where the 6 of Landon Lacey getting caught by those other cars. You see the 20 of David Moody, who is in 2nd place this run. He is working his way up toward the back bumper of the 6 of Landon Lacey, but we saw Charles Evans unable to make the pass. But Moody has had a lot of short run speed. We'll see if maybe he can take advantage of some of that here, as Charles Evans also looking to get back around the number 20 machine. But you talked about repeating last week here with the running order. Someone who really would love to repeat last week is Kayla McCarthy, who wants to be the first 4-time winner on the season, as Charles Evans looks up the inside of David Moody down the back straightaway. That's going to help Landon Lacey get away as Evans dives it up the inside, but that outside lane has been driving really good. We see, the 20, what a save. He got loose there, and that is going to allow the 53 to pass him and give Kayla McCarthy a run into 1.
Really liking that high line much. He was having a little trouble last week with the high line, but yeah, he's able to kind of stick it there and keep the car in line. But it's interesting to see that this stage, how everybody's able to kind of run Landon down. I mean, that first stage, Mitchell, Landon was just, absolutely pulling away. I mean, he had almost, a second and a half at some points being able to pull away, but they're not letting up. I mean, Kayla McCarthy is only 1 second off the leader. So, and that was starting from last place, and they're kind of reeling them in. I think everybody's starting to kind of figure out that if we kind of get in line with Landon not having the draft out there, that if we kind of work as a team, we can all get up there, and then, if we politely race, then we might be able to get a chance and kind of put him in the backfield here, Mitchell.
Landon Lacey last time by, fastest car out of these top 4 cars, not the fastest on the track. That honor went to Dustin Roos in the 12. This time by, he is the fastest on track, and then obviously fastest out of the top 4 as well. But interesting thing here, looking at some of the stats on the lap times these drivers have been putting down tonight. The 6 of Landon Lacey, looking at the best laps of the race, actually has the slowest out of all of the top 4 drivers. The fastest lap in the race overall held by David Moody, who just got passed by the 53 of Charles Evans. Still the fastest car in this race. And then looking as well at the rest of the top 4, Kayla McCarthy second fastest, Charles Evans third fastest, then it's Landon Lacey. But right now McCarthy starting to fall off the lead pack just a little bit. She's struggling with that long run pace slightly as well. We see so easy to do here when you really run hard early and then fall off a little bit later in the run. But Charles Evans not falling off yet, as David Moody also has a little bit. He is up trying to challenge the 6 of Landon Lacey, but what Lacey's advantage has been, Patrick, is just his ability to keep the pace going no matter how old the tires are. I think the long run speed of Lacey has been what's really propelled him forward this season.
Yeah, and you got so much evidence of that happening. It's every single time he comes out here. I mean, you ask multiple drivers, you ask Charles Evans, you ask Kayla, and they always say he has driver where everybody's looking up to you saying, man, I've got to figure out how to beat this guy. It's not just the challenge of the track or the challenge of, you are the driver, and everyone's trying to figure out how to beat you. And, that's definitely got to get your head swollen up, and everybody, wanting to get around and do some things like that. But, yeah, I mean, but if we take a peek back here at Hunter Moody, I think he's about to get kind of worked up here on that Captain Crunch machine again.
He is. Hunter Moody under fire from Dustin Roos and Patrick Anderson. I think these 3, not all of them, but a couple of them have seen a little bit of each other's. Oh, the 12 dove it in really hard underneath the 11 of Hunter Moody. I think he saw his life flash before his eyes just a little bit. Used that fast repair they do have here in the Powerhouse Racing League. So he is back on track right now, side by side, for the 6th position between the 99 of Anderson and the 12 of Dustin Roos. But again, going back to Landon Lacey up front, he's got a bounty on him tonight. That really, if you didn't have a target on your back before, the bounty just, everybody wants to win, because not only do we get points for beating you, we also get actual money that we can use for whatever. And money is a great motivator. I'm sure many people have said that before. I'm not going to take credit for that phrase, but it is true. I've been in that position, not to I hate to toot my horn, but I've been bountied before in my iRacing career, and it puts so much pressure on you when you were in that position. The 99, what a move to interrupt. Patrick Anderson, I mean, he's squeezed Hunter Moody on the inside lane, but
yeah, and Dustin Roos, man, he seems to have the run and definitely a fast entry speed. Definitely fast entry speed.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping they don't get Hunter Moody turned around here, because man, he's already been looking up and down the track once already. So I kind of like to make sure he kind of keep all 4 tires facing the same direction. He's about to get wedged here a little bit. He may have to pick up the speed or kind of tuck in behind the 12 car, because he's got his number. He's tired of coming up one spot behind him. So we'll see if Dustin Roos kind of goes and crashes him here on the front stretch, back stretch, excuse me, and then dives here into turn 3, as he definitely has the upper hand with the speed there. But Hunter Moody holding him up top and keeping him snug up against that wall. That way he doesn't have a good entry. Yeah, Mitchell. Wow, this is some great racing, bud.
It's great racing we've seen tonight. I don't think you can beat any race we see 4 wide at, especially Charlotte. But, I mean, the battle's still continuing here for the 5th position. This is the battle for the top 5. You see the 12 really working the outside lane. We've seen a lot of drivers doing that here as he's going to use the momentum jumping to the inside of the 99 machine of Patrick Anderson. Oh, he slides up, Patrick. Man, that 99... They've been so close so many times to wrecking in this battle, but still, they managed to keep it going straight. Chris Darling out in the chat saying, hi, Mitchell. Hi, Chris. How's it going?
I was going to say, what in the world is Chris Darling doing here? Ain't you practicing for next week, bud?
Well, he found me. He watches me Thursday nights, so he just had to go find me on Saturday nights. That's how it goes. But still side by side out of turn 4, the 99 machine. Patrick Anderson continues to fight, but Dustin Roos not giving up the fight in that inside lane. You see behind the 11 of Hunter Moody, we have a new challenger has entered into this battle here for the 5th position. It's the 84 of Trevor Hook. Hook's had a little bit of an up and down night here in that machine, but oh, what a great run. Oh, they made contact down the back straight away. Keep it going straight once again, because that's what these drivers in the Powerhouse Racing League do. Hook jumping to the outside. I thought he was going to get the wall. He didn't, and now he's got to run to the outside of the 12 machine. A lot of long run pace coming from this 84 of Hook.
Yeah, and very aggressive. I think that little kiss from Hunter Moody there may have been a little payback from that beginning, that last stage where he got him turned around. So, yeah, he, for some reason, he seems to have that car on a rail right now. That thing has got a lot of speed. So, I mean, I don't think he's going to hang out here in the 6th position long, as he's definitely reeling in Patrick Anderson, who's now not just seeing clear track in front of him, but he's got a full mirror behind him. As you can see, Trevor Hook and Dustin Roos, yeah, side by side going here through turn 1, trying to reel him in and see if we can make a little more contention. Yeah, with that front pack that's obviously pulling away. As these guys are, I mean, well over 7 seconds off that lead of Landon Lacey, just absolutely destroying right now for the long run pace.
Yep, 84 jumping up to the inside of the 99 of Patrick Anderson. This is the best battle on the racetrack, so we're going to keep it here, but we did see the 53 of Charles Evans head down pit road a little earlier than I had said. I said I guess they would split it. Lap 75, Evans electing to short pit just a little bit. We've seen that work out really well this season. He tried it at Phoenix, came up a little bit short. Maybe it'll work better for him at Charlotte. Bart Hook also down pit road now in that race car, as the 12 of Dustin Roos continues to fight the number 99 of Patrick Anderson. I think these two just have some kind of a connection to each other. They can't get away from one another. And Hook, we've seen him just a ton of speed. He pitted the same time all these drivers did, but the 84 of Hook just fast, as we've got a lot more drivers down pit road now. Landon Lacey, race leader, down pit road. The 20 machine, David Moody, down pit road. Danny Puddin, I believe, has made a pit stop. Ramsdell's made a pit stop. Kayla McCarthy is your race leader in the 24, but now she is down pit road. That's going to turn it over to the 84 of Trevor Hook, who is now leading the race. And these two now fighting for second. Oh, close once again.
Yeah, these two definitely pushing each other, going. But we do need to keep an eye out for Charles Evans, who's almost running a second and a half faster, as you see him making that move on the inside of the 11, trying to keep that car clean, because he's got a lot of ground to make up. So, oh man, watch that pitting car. Got to hang to the inside there. But you do see Charles Evans chugging along here, rocking his way toward the front. And really, if he's able to pass Trevor Hook here and get his lap back before the leader actually goes in, you know, that would be a positive of getting back on that lead lap. You know, with Landon Lacey, possibly, you know, most likely hanging behind him. But it looks like something might have happened. It looks like Landon Lacey may have had a mechanical problem. He might have taken that thing to the garage.
That does look like the case. I was just noticing the same thing. Lacey 2 laps down. That car not sitting on pit road. So Landon Lacey, we'll keep you updated. He might be out of this race, and we'll see what the Powerhouse Racing League decides to do about that bounty on the number 6 machine here tonight. It'll be interesting to see if that stays in effect, as we see only 2 cars have yet to pit. Trevor Hook in the 84. Never mind, make it 1. There is Patrick Anderson in the number 99. Everything updates, and Anderson is down pit road. That leaves just the 84 of Trevor Hook on the racetrack. I'm not surprised to see him as fast as he was on that long run. Waited out a little bit, but we've only seen 1 caution for cause here tonight at Charlotte, and that is usually the case in the Powerhouse Racing League, so risky move staying out this long.
Yeah, but we are only coming down to just about 21, and what right as they cross the start-finish line here, about 21 to go, and man, it's I'm wondering if that bounty's going to rotate over to Charles Evans, because he's really had that car doing a great job tonight, really on, able to turn and burn and getting the dog around this track. Just couldn't outrun that long run speed of Landon Lacey. But I think once Trevor pits here, I think he may be. Good Lord, I was going to say he may be. I think the only one maybe on the lead lap.
Well, I think it would have been very interesting to see had the 6 not had some kind of an issue and been able to stay on the race. I think the 53 probably would have gotten around him on the fresher tires. He short-pitted him by a couple laps, so the 53 of Evans would probably have taken the lead, assuming things go like they normally would. And then the 6 would have been faster long run, plus had the fresh tires. But Evans would have gotten quite a few seconds out in front. It would have been a very interesting battle to see had that happened. That is not the case. And what is the case is that Charles Evans is the fastest car on track right now. Him and Caleb McCarthy, very close lap time-wise, these two are, to being the fastest on track. Evans runs second right now. McCarthy runs fourth. This all is waiting until the 84 of Trevor Hook goes down pit road as well. David Moody continues his solid run here tonight. Qualified third, is running the top 5 most of the day in that Home Depot machine. Running in third right now, will be second once things cycle out, which should be right now. It's like, as the number 84 machine is down pit road. Well, he's not in pit road, but it said he was in pit road. That we'll leave that one up to iRacing. Either way, the 84 now scored in the 4th position. I think he just came out.
Yeah, I think he was kind of tumbling back on it. Charles Evans kind of rocking around trying to get it going. But Charles Evans now is taking your race lead, is up on David Moody by 6 seconds. So that may work out, but I believe David Moody only has tires only 2 laps fresher than him. And I don't think that was really going to make too much of a dent there, Mitchell. He may be able to keep this one out front on Charles Evans. That is going ahead and pulling away with this first playoff win, unless we get a caution and kind of bunch everybody up. What I'm seeing so far, we've got Charles Evans in the lead with David Moody in second, Caleb McCarthy in third, and Trevor Hook still hanging out in the 4th position. So I mean, yeah, wow. And this is gonna, like I said, this is gonna look a lot like last race. I mean. I believe David Moody called his shot. He said he won 5 races when he first started at Charlotte in the street stock cars. So, he's definitely looking to redeem himself tonight and put this thing in victory lane.
Yeah, Evans looking to finally get that 3rd win on the season. He's been trying to do it for quite a while now. I think we saw him pick up one here when we came on board here about race 6, I believe it was. 5 or 6 we came on and started broadcasting the Powerhouse Racing League. And Charles Evans won one of those first races, but has been searching ever since for win number 3. And he's about 16 laps away from finally getting it, becoming the 4th driver to win 3 races. But there's still a lot of racing left to go in between now and then. According to my quick mental math, that is about mental math. I actually typed it in a calculator. Still got 23 miles before Charles Evans wins the race. So he's got some laps to turn now, but everybody's kind of separated. There's no battles going on track right now, and that takes away the a lot of possibility for a caution unless something happens to them, as the closest two cars on track right now are the 84 and the 11 of Hook and Moody, but they're about 2 seconds apart. So Evans is liking what he's seeing up front for sure at the moment.
Yeah, if you take a look at the 98 and the 12 here, I mean, I know those two, they're getting ready to trying to outrun the leader, which Charles Evans is starting to run them down. Dustin Roos not wanting to go another lap down. He is only 2 laps down at this point, but he's going to try to kind of keep pushing, stay out front. He did pit lap 80, which may have cost him a little bit with the slower running car and waiting a little longer on those older tires. So it may punish him here in a little bit, but hopefully he can kind of stay out in front of Charles Evans. But man, Charles Evans definitely really kind of near mental, definitely on a roll, but he's pulling away, and I think Dustin might just be out of the limelight here and going ahead and getting away from him.
Yeah, and Landon Lacey still off track right now. Have to assume he won't be coming back at this point. Very unfortunate for the driver who's been so strong this season, looking for his 4th win here tonight. Had dominated it up to that point of pit stops, but just not coming back out onto the track. We hope everything is all right for the driver of the 6 machine, but Charles Evans took advantage of that situation perfectly, and again, I still think he would have been out front with a great chance to win this race, because Evans is one of the top dogs here in the Powerhouse Racing League, always a contender, always running up around the podium, and that just shows here tonight when your competition has some issues. He was right there to take advantage of it, and right now he's sitting on a 5-second lead over David Moody in 2nd place, so Evans right now is smooth sailing. Fastest car on the racetrack right now is the 11 of Hunter Moody. The Moody's having a great run here tonight, 2nd and 5th, both of them top 5 right now. The Hook's a little bit mixed here. Trevor Hook in the 84, we've highlighted how good he has been. He is running in 4th. There's Bart Hook in the 61. He runs 10th, multiple laps down, but these two battling on track at the moment as well.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job at that. And I was kind of taking a peek. You were talking about how Charles Evans having a lot of speed, kind of having, a lot of luck. What I'd like to say is Jeffrey Ramsdale. I'm really surprised to see him kind of falling off here. Unfortunately, you're down by a lap. I'd like to see him. Would like to see him work up there and definitely get a podium finish or a top 5 here tonight, Mitchell. But with 10 to go, I mean, I think unless we have a caution, he'll be first up for the lucky dog, and then it'd be a kind of crapshoot after that. Because I think it might be suicide not to pit and get 4 tires this close to the end. But man, it's just a tough break for some of these drivers out here. As we do have Charles Evans, David Moody, Caleb McCarthy, Trevor Hook, and Hunter Moody round out your top 5. But we have Patrick Anderson would be your last vehicle in the 6th position on the lead lap. Then we got Jeffrey Ramsdale and Danny Puddin rocking out the 7th and 8th, only 1 lap down. Dustin Bruce, only 2 laps down. Bart Hook, 6 laps down, and unfortunately Landon with a great running car tonight. I guess just outrun the engine, 17 laps down at this point. So he'll be finishing, kind of wrapping up in the 11th position, unfortunately, here, Mitchell.
I mean, you talk about the 97 of Jeffrey Ramsdale. This is a driver who has had just bad luck on the season, really. It's been the story for Ramsdale. He's just had so many good runs, so many fast cars, 2nd place in points during the regular season, but still has yet to pick up that first win. He's the only driver in the top 5 in points without a win, so I mean, that's definitely a chip on the shoulder of the 97 as you see him and the 12 drive up the racetrack. It was kind of odd to see 2 drivers do that at exactly the same time. The 12 got a much bigger chunk of it than did the 97 of Ramsdale. You see Puddin go right on around him here. But again, Charles Evans out front lost about a 1/10 of a second to David Moody, but when you're talking about a 5-second gap and you only have 6 laps to go, what really is a 1/10 of a second at this point?
Yeah, no kidding. But with that, with Jeffrey Ramsdale and Bruce kind of getting up on the wall, Danny Puddin's going to like that, as you see, as Puddin will actually be able to race for that 7th position. He's trying to kind of reel him in, but he fell off a little bit there, kind of bit a little bit of that infield as I was kind of talking about it there. I think sometimes every time I talk about old Danny Puddin there, man, he starts loosening up. So I gotta I gotta mention you, bud. I'm sorry. But as Danny Puddin there, trying to reel in Jeffrey Ramsdale here, see if he can get that seventh position. But yeah, what a great piece of driving when we rotate up front here. With Kayla McCarthy. I mean, placing for another third place finish. But hey, we can went from last place to finishing a podium here, and she's not giving up here on the short on the run of David Moody. Remember, he's a short run, so I would keep eyes on these two because I think Kayla may have a good chance of reeling David Moody in, but she's gonna have to do some work quick because I think she's down to only about 3 laps left here, Mitchell.
It's gonna be close on whether or not Kayla McCarthy can catch up to David Moody. She is within a second at the moment, 7/10 of a second back. Race leader Charles Evans in turns 1 and 2 right now. 3 laps to go in this race. I think Kayla can get there. So this is going to be the battle to watch for us here coming to the end, is whether or not, well, actually we do have another battle on racetrack as well to keep an eye on. Hunter Moody, Patrick Anderson here for the 5th position. These two are close on track at the moment. They're only separated by 0.2 of a second. So good runs again for both of these two. Hunter Moody, great job coming back from the wreck. We saw him, only caution of the night for an incident. Saw him slam the outside wall. There goes the 99 though. Patrick Anderson has the run down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go this time side by side into one. And man, we are going to be racing to the wire with these two.
Yeah, they've been racing each other all night. I mean, yeah, ever since Hunter Moody kind of fell off there earlier in the run. I mean, these two have been battling just back and forth, back and forth, back. It's nice to see Hunter Moody able to kind of keep it here in the top 5, rocking on through. But I believe Anderson has, he's out in front of him now. So, oof. Hunter Moody kind of dropping out of that top 5 position there, but he's I believe he's got this lap to make it up. So you're gonna have to push.
Well, checker flag is in the air. You see it there for the 53 of Charles Evans. Battle for, oh, what happened here? Battle for the 2nd position. Replay time here as we see 2 torn up race cars between Kayla McCarthy and Danny Puddin. Oh my, did we miss a battle here? Let's take a look back at this one. Kayla McCarthy caught him into 3 and 4 for the final time. Dives it up the inside through the corner. Ton of speed. There she is trying to hook it. They bang doors down the front straightaway. Slam the wall, and it's Kayla McCarthy coming home 2nd place. Those will be fun interviews for us, Patrick.
Yeah, I think Kayla's gonna have a few words there for David. Moody there in the 20 car because it looked like Kayla got her knee, and David kind of tapped her a little bit because she had one heck of a run, kind of hung out there in the back, had that run, and then he seemed to kind of kiss it off her door there a little bit, try to slow her down, and it just got them both on the wall. Man, that was close. That's gonna be a talking point. Holy cow! Yeah, we'll get David Moody's side on this one.
Well, I mean, it's just hard racing here. It is the last lap. It's the first race of the playoffs. You only have 3 more races. If you've got the backup cars to tear up, why not? Puts on a good show for us here on 10-4 Broadcasting. I don't think any of us are complaining here in the booth, as we're going to go catch Charles Evans doing his post-race celebration here as we go line up some interviews for you here on 10-4 Broadcasting. Stick with us. We are going to be right back. Welcome back here on 10-4 Broadcasting for your post-race interviews here in the Powerhouse Racing League. Kicking off the playoffs at Charlotte, and we're going to kick off our post-race interviews with third-place finisher David Moody. David, this is Mitchell and Patrick up in the 10-4 broadcast booth. You got a copy? Well, it was an exciting finish from you for sure there in the last couple laps. Take us through kind of the final run of the race and your strategy. First of all, when to pit, and then that battle coming to the line with Kayla. Well, I mean, you two are racing hard to the line there at the finish, and it is the first race of the playoffs. Does kind of the fact that the playoffs are going on change the way you're racing at all here in these last couple races?
Not really. There's almost no way or at least I can get it, because Landon or Lucas has got such a big lead. It's either going to be Landon or Kayla or maybe Charles, but I'm still sitting at 0 bonus points after tonight's race. So I'm just trying to race clean and get good finishes.
Well, looking at the tracks we have coming up here on the schedule for the last 3 races, we're off next Saturday. Then we go to Bristol, Darlington, and Homestead to round out the season. How are those tracks for you, and do you think you can get those finishes you need at them?
Bristol's a thorough, depending on how the setup is. 150 laps. It'll be long, a lot of turning. Depends on how tires will be, but that could be a good finish. Darlington, it's not my hot track, and then Homestead, I feel like I could do decent at.
Well, we'll look forward to watching that racing again as we wind down the season here in the Powerhouse Racing League. Should be good, but before we let you go here tonight, do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, I give a shout out to my brother Hunter. He was in the race tonight. Didn't get the finish he wanted to, but didn't run too badly. Still got ahead of him though.
Yeah, that rivalry, we always keep an eye on it here in the booth. But thanks for stopping by and talking with us. Congratulations on the podium finish here tonight, and we're wishing you the best in 2 weeks at Bristol.
Appreciate it. Now we're going.
That was your third place finisher here tonight, David Moody, and I apologize for the technical issues that continue to plague us over here on my end, but hopefully that's all figured out for your post-race interviews as Patrick Morrison's caught up with second place finisher Kayla McCarthy.
Miss Kayla, here we are again.
Yeah, just came up one spot short tonight. Man, it sucks, but after all the adversity, we'll take it.
Well, starting last and then placing second, you can't take too much of that. I mean, could ask for better, but I think Charles had the pit strategy there on that last set.
Yeah, he did, and you know, we qualified fourth, and got to mess with my button box and missed the start, so that really, you know, put me in a hole. And then I come out of the pits and get loose in 3 and 4, so that put me in a bigger hole. And right as the stage comes out, or get ready to throw the stage, I get in the wall. So it was just one thing after another. The first part of the race, and then wasn't able to put it together till the last part. But for all the adversity we had to overcome tonight, having the RC again and throw yellows and whatnot, no big deal. You know, it is what it is, and take a top 2 finish.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say, if you're talking adversity, let's go ahead and go over that last lap there right toward the finish line. What's your take on that one?
Oh, man, that's just David and I racing hard. He pitted right before I did, and I finally, you know, I told y'all last week if I could figure out how to run this track, we'd have some for him. And I finally, there at the end, figured out what I was doing and ran him down. And he tried just dooring me just to kind of slow me up a little bit, ended up just turning me. But I didn't honestly think I was going to get to him. If I thought for a second I thought I was going to get to him, and then I was like, no. But I kept looking over and seeing the gap close, and I was like, okay, maybe there's a chance. We get to the white, and I'm there. So I was like, well, and he left the bottom open in 3 and 4, so I just held her on the line and said, let's see what we can get.
Oh man, well, that was a great move. If you go back and look at the 10-4 broadcast, you'll see that I made that call that I'd keep an eye out for the two of you because I thought you were going to catch up because it looked like you had a pretty good run. It looked like you were reeling him in about 3-4 tenths a lap there, and I said, yep, she might get him here just a little bit. But yeah, we got ended up getting tied up on somebody, and then we noticed you and David are all bent up. We're like, good Lord, what happened? But yeah, top 3 finish here again. At Charlotte. So you do have, I believe you're off next week, but you got Bristol coming up and then Darlington, Lady in Black, too tough to tame, and then Homestead. Any of those tracks do you feel real comfortable at?
I was raised on short tracks, so I love Bristol. I'm okay at Darlington. I can manage. Even though I'm not too fond of her, I've got a love-hate relationship with the little Lady in Black, and then Homestead's just kind of a toss-up. I mean, it's a multiple groove. It's kind of like Kansas. I feel like whoever can save their tires and defend that dominant lane, whether it be the top or the bottom, whatever the track gives us, will be the one to come out on top.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I mean, Bristol's one of my favorites. Darlington, it's either you're fast in 1 and 2 and slow in 3 and 4, or vice versa. In Homestead, I'm always banging my head off the wall because I cannot figure out the lane in that, and no matter what vehicle. So I'm excited to see how you guys wrap up the end of the season there with the ARCA cars here in the Powerhouse Racing League. But we'll let you get back to it in a second place finish. You want to go ahead and give it any shout outs?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to all of our sponsors: Napa, Mid Cities, Cushman's Designs, all of our admin team. That everything that they do for us. Y'all for the broadcast. My wife first and foremost. I should have said that first, but when she hears this, she'll understand. And yeah, we'll just get ready for the next couple weeks.
All right. Good luck, Kayla. Number 24 car placing second. Great run tonight.
Thanks, guys.
All righty, and there was Kayla, and I believe, looking down there in winner's circle, I believe we got Mitchell caught up with Charles. Go ahead, Mitchell. You got Charles down there, bud?
Yep.
Hey,
How's it going?
pretty good right now.
Yeah, pretty good. 3rd win of the season. Not a bad one for you here tonight. Just take us through the speed you had in that number 53 machine.
Yeah, I mean, we qualified up front. I knew Landon was going to be fast. He was fast in practice as well, and qualified right there with us. He got me on the first start. I was in second gear, and I heard him drop the first gear. I didn't know if first was going to spin the tires. I didn't want to do anything stupid in front of the field, and he launched on that first start, and so did I think Moody, and they both kind of got around me there, and kind of made a little bit of work for us to get through there and back up to second, and give a shot to run down Landon, and we did, and couldn't really get around him. Our cars were so close, there was just no way to get around him. And kind of just hung out there. If I got too close to the back of him, I kind of got a real bad push, so I couldn't do a whole lot. And I knew if I couldn't beat him in the pits, out of the pits, under the stages, then I was going to have to try to do it under a green flag pit stop. And that's, tried to pit right in our pit window and make a clean pit stop, which we did. And, came out looking good, and then he evidently had a little uh-oh, and which took him out of contention, which is unfortunate. I was hoping to come out in front of him and take the air off the front of his car, and see how we ran together there for a little while. But I'll definitely take the win either way.
And we saw you make the pit strategy call again here tonight to pit a little bit earlier than them, and we saw you've tried that a couple times here this season. Is that something that you just like to do? You think that short pit strategy usually works out for you?
Not if there's a caution later. Like last week, I had a 6 or 7 second lead, and all but in the bag, and a caution came out late. So it's kind of just flip of a coin. But whenever you you and another car, you're with some of these guys that are on the same level or even a level higher than you, and you can't get around them. And sometimes that's like kind of the only way. I mean, if you're at a track that's really hard to pass, which tonight was, I mean, the guys that ran quick, it was hard to pass. And you can't get around them. Then you gotta kind of look at what opportunities you're going to have, and that's kind of the only opportunity. If you're leading the race, you don't have to really worry about that. You kind of have control of it. But if you're behind and you've got to make a pass on somebody that you haven't been able to pass all race, that's obviously a pretty good strategy if there's not a caution or if there's not too many green flag laps left that they're going to chase you back down. So it's a gamble. It's worked out for me real good in the past. And last week, we drove back to second after that other caution, but probably should have stayed out on the older tires and just tried to win it with that. But all in all, it was a good race, and I do like doing that. If the opportunity presents itself.
Well, and again, it worked out for you very well here tonight. You're going to take home your third win of the season. We're off next Saturday, but then we return for Short Track Saturday night at Bristol, the second race of the playoffs. Do you like Bristol?
I love it.
Well,
Absolutely.
I mean, we're wishing you the best of luck, obviously. Going into that, got a great start to your playoffs here at Charlotte, but before we let you go celebrate more, do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Oh, man, just you guys for putting it on and broadcasting us, and all the guys that raced with us. It was just a good, clean race, and we all had a good time, I believe.
It's always fun here on Saturday nights for sure in the Powerhouse Racing League. You all always put on a show for us, and thanks for stopping by, Charles. Wish you the best of luck again at Bristol in 2 weeks.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Well, Patrick, that's going to do it for us here in our post-race interviews tonight. Charles Evans, just a great run. That's really all you have to say about it. Just ran the right strategy, did take a little bit of help from the 6 of Landon Lacey, not able to finish the race. But, I mean, Charles Evans, regular season champion, coming into the playoffs, strong race car, definitely one of the best on track, and brings home yet another win for him.
Yeah, wins and consistency, and definitely being able to stay out front on a lot of these tracks. So I know he's one of the more seasoned guys out here to make the runs that he does. But I mean, it is a consistency deal. I mean, he is top 5 every single time, and it's a real pleasure to see him place where he did tonight. I mean, like you were saying, unfortunately, Landon Lacey kind of having some issues there right there toward the end and having to take his car to the garage, but. Yeah, tough break. I mean, everybody has their days, but Charles Evans able to capitalize on that and keep Kayla McCarthy off this time. She reeled him in last week there at Kansas, but we are off next week. You will find us on June 4th. That's Saturday at 9 o'clock for next race in Bristol. One of my favorites, 150 laps of door-to-door racing. I think the slowest lap there, we're looking at probably about 16 seconds. So, I mean, it's going to be hard to spread apart. Even if you've got cars getting a lap down, they're going to be in the way, they're going to be in trouble, and they're going to be pile driving each other to get through these laps here, Mitchell. And I'm excited to see it. I'm sure you are too. But I couldn't ask for more. I am really excited to see what comes up in Bristol. It's one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, the world's fastest half mile is definitely going to put on a great show for us. These drivers just know how to get it done. We saw Southern National, great race. Phoenix, great race. The short tracks have been awesome this season here, and Bristol definitely not going to disappoint. It's one of the highlights for me on the schedule. I'm really looking forward to seeing that race, but we're going to run you through your finishing order here tonight for the Powerhouse Racing League. First playoff race at Charlotte. Again, Charles Evans picks up his third win of the season here tonight. Kayla McCarthy finished in second. David Moody was third, and we talked with all 3 of them. Then it was Trevor Hook in the 84 machine in 4th place. In 5th was Patrick Anderson. 6th place was Hunter Moody. 7th was Danny Puddin. 8th was Dustin Roos. 9th place was Jeffrey Ramsdell. 10th was Bart Hook. And then the 11 of Landon Lacey finishes in the 11th, or the 6th of Landon Lacey finishes in the 11th position. Here tonight is going to take you through your 11-car field. We'll also take the chance to go shout out all the sponsors once again who make this racing possible here. And again, it's going to do the thing where they all pop up at once, and Mitchell's just going to go quickly get rid of all those here. And we're just going to look at Cushman and Sons, who make the trophies here for the season champion, which we will crown in 4 weeks, 3 races away. I am excited to see who is going to walk home with the trophy and the free paint scheme, courtesy of DC Designs. It's going to be definitely a good paint scheme for sure, as well as Butt Kicker, Napa Coastal Auto Parts, Mid-Cities Air Conditioning and Heating, and Scotty Hottie Designs. All make the Powerhouse Racing League possible here on Saturday nights on 10-4 Broadcasting. But Patrick, before we go off the air, you have any closing thoughts on the race here tonight?
I'm excited to see how Landon Lacey is able to kind of. I hope he's able to return next week. And Lucas Gortman, hey, bud, if you're out there, show up. These guys need a challenge, because I know you're one of the fastest drivers out there. So please come back. I'd love to see you out here with Charles Evans, Caleb McCarthy, Danny Puddin. Everybody would like to see you. So I hope everything's going well on the outside, bud. And please come back for Bristol, because man, I love seeing him race during the regular season. I'd like to see him return tonight. 2, hey, this is for you, A&W and your cheese curds. That's on you, Mitchell.
Yeah, well, they were asking me all day today. For those of you who don't know this, we use Discord for all of our voice stuff here, and my profile picture right now is cheese curds, and everyone was asking me what that was about. So there's just a little inside joke we have running at 10-4 Broadcasting. But yeah, like you said, great race once again here tonight. Powerhouse Racing League, not next week, but 2 Saturdays away. We will be at Bristol for the last short track of the season, and then the penultimate race at Darlington before the season finale at Homestead, Miami, where a champion is going to be crowned. So make sure to tune in 2 Saturdays from now. We'll get a little fancy, not next Saturday, but 2 weeks from today. Yeah, that's right. We will be at Bristol. I hope you all tune in then, and we got plenty more racing action coming on 10-4 Broadcasting until then. But I hope you all stay